Good morning, America and the rest of the world. Here we are at the intersection of First Avenue South, also known as Dave Niehaus Way, and Royal Brom Way. Let me see if I can see that better from the other side. Royal Brom. There we go. You can see it here. Royal Brom Way, Dave Niehaus Way. First Avenue, across the street from the stadium, Pyramid Ale House. Always has a great pregame. Get your pre-funk on over there. Lots of parking behind that. Looking up towards the city along First Avenue. If you want the very closest accommodations, your Silver Cloud Hotel's your choice here. T-Mobile Park is the new name. It used to be called Safeco Field for 20 years since it was built. Opened in 1999. Now it's T-Mobile Park. I have made a video about 10 minutes in length. I'm using my Osmo Pocket that I'm going to attempt to attach to this. Some more information about this stadium will be available in that longer video. But I want to point out that today would be the second home game for the Seattle Mariners if the season was progressing as it should. Instead, Bloodworks Northwest is holding a blood drive here at T-Mobile Park for the next 3 weeks. And you'll be able to come down here by appointment only to get in and see the stadium, but most likely just in the lobby there you'll be getting your blood drawn. So the history of the Seattle Mariners is pretty amazing. When I was asked about this, I didn't have an appropriate answer, as I hadn't learned a lot about the Mariners, even though, I was like 11 when the team started playing here, sharing space with the Seattle Seahawks in the Kingdome. All I really knew was that the team's been here since 1977. I had no idea that they had the most fascinating history of any team in Major League sports, beginning with an arsonist. The most prolific arsonist, this firebug, destroyed something like 32 buildings. 32 was the year, 1932. After the Depression hit, this guy showed his anger at our economic situation by burning down what would have been $18 million worth of property in today's value. One of the things he burned down was the baseball stadium. So a new one was built at Civic Center. And the story of how we wound up with a Major League Baseball team can be found on the YouTube video. There's a series of 6 of them called The History of the Seattle Mariners that I've been watching this morning. Just amazing. I'm going to attach a link to those in the comments on this. But it was originally the Seattle Indians, and then when Emil Sick, the brewer of the 6th Century Brewing, most famous for their Brew 66. He had his stadium built there on Rainier Avenue where the Lowe's is now. By the way, Elvis performed at that stadium. He changed the name of the team to the Rainiers. That was, by many thought that was a duplicitous move, as Mount Rainier. This is said he named it for you're just trying to sell beer, Rainier beer. So here's Ken Griffey Jr.'s statue, installed just after he was inducted into the Hall of Fame. Pretty good likeness for a statue, I think. The Kid. Here at the corner of Edgar Martinez Drive and Dave Niehaus Way. By the way, I'm not sure I mentioned it. Royal Brom down there was actually a sports announcer way before Dave Niehaus, way before the Seattle Mariners. Royal Brom's story can be partially learned by reading the wonderful book called The Boys in the Boat. And little stats on this beautiful baseball stadium that has a retractable roof. It takes about 10 minutes to close the roof. If it starts to rain, you don't have to cancel the game. You just roll the roof closed. 48,000 seats, and one of the most popular items, the vendors that bring snacks here, some do well. Everything's kind of expensive, but there's a guy that for the last 3 years has been selling out of his particular treat. He brings crickets, roasted crickets with a spicy lime sauce, are served in a paper funnel like hot peanuts, and they are kind of like eating a peanut in the shell. Crunchy. I tried one. I didn't buy a bag of them or buy a funnel of them, but I did try one. And for more information about the Seattle Mariners, I'm going to refer you to these wonderful YouTube videos that I found, History of the Seattle Mariners. I'm just on the second one now. They're hilarious. So good. All right. Let's see how Cab Elvis looks on a coronavirus holiday. The hair is getting long, folks. I don't know if Elvis ever had a mullet, but I may be sporting an Elvis mullet that's sometime soon here. So anyway, like I said, check out the links on about the Seattle Mariners, and try and make your reservation to come in and have your blood drawn for Bloodworks Northwest. This is Cab Elvis, the Essential Cab Elvis, signing off.